Hatch is by far one of the best investing platforms for New Zealand users. It gives you access to very recognizable American companies like Tesla, Facebook, and Amazon. Hatch is the broker that I personally use, and throughout this video I'll be showing you everything you need to know about the platform, all the way from setting up an account to making your first investment, and some tips and tricks along the way to help you unlock all of Hatch's features. To give you a quick rundown of the platform, Hatch is exclusive to the American stock market. Now this definitely is not a limitation, as the majority of companies that people want to invest in are in the American market. These include businesses such as Coca-Cola, Microsoft, and Apple. Any big recognizable company is offered by the Hatch platform, so it's definitely not a limitation that you can only invest in the US market using this broker. The layout of the platform is very straightforward. You can organize companies based on their market cap, the popularity of the investment, or the type of sector that you can invest in, whether it be renewable energy or technology. Currently there is no mobile app and there's only a website application, but I'm sure the app will be coming soon in the near future. So once you're familiar with the platform, setting up a Hatch account is very straightforward. It's much the same as making a Facebook or Instagram profile. You'll need all the regular pieces of info like your date of birth, email address, and phone number, but then you'll also need some extra legal pieces of info as well, like your IRD number, a proof of identity, either your driver's license or passport number, and this is just to make sure that there's no illegal activity happening on the Hatch platform and that all the users using it are verified. When you're signing up to the platform, you can also pop in a referral link. I've got one that'll give you $20 when you first sign up to the Hatch account, so check it out down below in the description box if you want to get some extra money when you're signing up to Hatch. So what if you're under the age of 18 and you want to start investing using Hatch? That's not a problem. All you need to do if you're under the age of 18 and want to make an account, you just need a parent or a legal guardian to set up a Hatch account using the previously listed method, and then once the parent has their verified account, they can open up a kids account under that. All you'll need for the kids account is a birth certificate of the child, and you can have multiple kids accounts tied to one adult. So this allows you as a parent, if you have multiple children, you can have separate accounts for each of them. They also have some incentives for people investing under the age of 18 who only have to pay a 50 cents charge for their brokerage fees as opposed to the $3 charge that an adult would have. You can also transfer shares directly to a kid's account if you are the parent of the child. Topping up your Hatch account is very easy. All you need to do is have a direct bank transfer, and it's virtually the same as transferring one of your friends using internet banking. Each Hatch account, whether it's an adult or a kid's account, will have a unique bank account number tied to it, and all you need to do is enter this on your mobile banking app and then just transfer funds directly. It takes about 1 to 2 days for them to hit your account, so just keep that in mind when you're investing. Jumping into fees and taxes using the Hatch platform. Now fees is definitely a big thing that everyone keeps in mind when they're picking out their broker. So with Hatch, there's minimal costs involved in actually using it. You pay $3 per transaction, so when you buy or sell shares, and this is a flat charge and not a percentage as other investing platforms like Sharesies have. If you're on a kid's account, as I said earlier, it's only 50 cents USD for buying and selling shares. There's a very minimal setup cost of $1.50 USD when you first sign up to the account, just to make sure that all your legal paperwork is sorted out, and then following on from that, every year you pay 50 cents USD just to make sure that everything is keeping updated and you don't get stung with any tax penalties. The two criteria where you actually have to do some paperwork of your own when it comes to investing is if you're getting a dividend payout of 200 USD or more, or you have 50,000 New Zealand dollars invested overseas. So any investment that you have with Hatch is going to be classed as an overseas company because they're all American businesses. And this 50,000 NZD amount is just based on the total value of your portfolio. It doesn't matter if you put in 51,000 New Zealand dollars as cash, or you put in 25,000 New Zealand dollars and then you had a massive value fluctuation in your portfolio and the price of it went up by 300%, and now you're sitting at a value that's far greater than the 50,000 New Zealand dollars. It doesn't matter whether it's the cash amount that you put in or the value of your portfolio has increased from stock market price fluctuations. And the last fee that you have to pay with Hatch is a 0.5% foreign exchange fee to convert your New Zealand dollar into the US dollar. Now this is pretty minimal, it's stock standard, there's always some sort of foreign exchange fee no matter what platform you're using. So one of the best features of Hatch is that you can buy fractional shares. Say you want to buy some Tesla shares, but they're about 700 US dollars and you don't want to quite fork out that much. You can easily just buy $50 or $100 worth of Tesla shares, so you can buy fractional shares if you don't want to commit to that full 700 USD price tag. So let's say you wanted to invest 100 New Zealand dollars into Tesla. How much would you actually be paying in fees during this process? So initially you have to pay a foreign exchange fee of 0.5%. So this would turn your $100 into $99.50. Following on from that, you would have to pay 3 USD as your brokerage charge. That's about $4.20 NZD at the time of recording, and this would bring your grand total to $95.33. So in total, for investing $100, you would have to pay $4.70 in fees. And this brings me to the main point with Hatch, is that it's not going to be a very wise decision if you're investing on a weekly basis. You want to be investing monthly, and this is because every time you invest, you're getting charged a flat fee of $3 US. This also would deter you from putting in small amounts of money like $100 or $200. It would be best if you saved up an amount of weekly income that you can invest and put it into the market at the end of each month or at the end of every second or third month to really cut down on those brokerage fees. Because if you're investing every single week, you're getting charged $3 US every time, and over the course of a year, that's 52 weeks times 3 USD every single week. That's $156 US or 240 New Zealand dollars every year you're spending just on brokerage fees. So I personally invest on a monthly basis, and this drops down the fees considerably. If you invest at the end of every month, then you're only paying $36 US each year, so 3 USD times 12 months of the year. This then means that you're only paying about 55 New Zealand dollars every year for your investments. So definitely keep in mind how much you are investing, and then how often you are investing too, to make sure you're really cutting down on those fees as well. My investing strategy with Hatch is to invest 400 New Zealand dollars at the end of every month into the S&P 500. I've got this set up all with the automatic payment from the money that comes out of my bank account and goes into Hatch, and then there's an auto payment from Hatch into the S&P 500 so that I don't have to do anything. It all happens automatically in the background, and the money is taken directly out of my bank account, so it's like it was never there. I just treat my Hatch account as a secondary savings, similar to someone that might look at it like a KiwiSaver scheme. So this just makes sure that I don't have to actually do anything or think about my investing, and the amount of money that I have invested slowly builds and compounds over time without me having to actually do anything. I think that this is a great strategy that removes a lot of the stress that people associate with investing, like trying to pick out the best companies or trying to perfectly time the market. So it's what I'm personally sticking with, and I've got a little bit of money in crypto as well, but that's basically what my portfolio is looking like. Jumping onto the Hatch platform, I'll give you a quick overview of what it looks like. So as you can see, this is what the home screen is, and you can browse the different companies that you're wanting to invest in. As you can see at the moment, I've got it filtered by most traded. You can change the organization of it here from highest to lowest, biggest gains, biggest losers, or even the highest dividend yield. So let's say we wanted to buy some shares of Tesla. All we need to do is click on the icon, and then it's going to load up for us and give us a fair bit of numerical information about the company. It gives you a stock graph at different time points from 1 day, 3 months, 1 year, and even up to 5 years as well. And this just gives us a good indication of the price performance of that company. Now you scroll down a little bit more and it gives you some numerical information about the company. So it looks at the open, the high and the low, so the highest and lowest price for a 1 day period, and then also the market cap, about $750 billion, also the PE ratio and the dividend yield. So when it comes to buying your shares, there's a few different options that you can have. So you can see there's 4 of them right here. So I'll just go over each one. So market buy is just buying the shares of that company at the set price. So Tesla was trading for about 700 US dollars. So you're just buying Tesla shares at that 700 USD price. Limit buy order is buying the shares if the price drops. You set a specific price that you will want the purchase order to be executed, and only then will you actually be able to buy the shares. So if you thought that Tesla was going to fall in value potentially from 700 USD down to 650, then it will automatically purchase those shares for you. So with limit buy order, you'll set the number of shares that you want to purchase, and with this you can only buy full shares, not fractional shares, so just keep that in mind. So you'd have to commit to paying a full price of a share with this, as opposed to a market buy order where you can put in a fractional amount. And this is just a good feature because it stops you from having to check your phone or check the price of a company all the time. Instead, you can just put in a set amount that you're willing to pay for it, and then if it meets that threshold, then the shares will be automatically bought for you. So it makes it a bit more of a hands-free approach. And then you have a stop buy order, which is essentially the complete opposite of a limit buy order. If you think that the value of a company is going to keep increasing, then you can set the amount that you're willing to pay for it. So as you can see here, you have to do at least one share. You would just pop in $800 here, go review stop buy order, and then only once the shares of Tesla have increased to that $800 threshold, they'll automatically be bought for you. So again, it makes it a bit more of a hands-free approach. And then the last option is auto investing. This is almost the same as automatic payment, where you put in a set amount that you want to invest, and it's taken out from your Hatch account and put into a specific business on a routine basis. So let's say you wanted to invest 300 USD into the S&P 500, and you want this to happen every single month. So you can click on the drop down box, select how frequently it happens. So I'd click on every month, and then pop in the start date when you want this to happen. Click on review auto investment, and then that set amount of money is going to be taken out and put into whatever business that you select. If you're doing this, you'll probably need an AP coming from your bank account. Go into your Hatch account just to make sure that the funds are always there and available. Keep in mind that the American stock market is only open in New Zealand time between 2 AM and 10 AM. So your investments may not happen automatically, and you might have to wait close to a day before the transaction is actually completed. But after all that, I'm not sure if Hatch is the best broker for you. You may potentially want to invest in the New Zealand and Australian stock market and not just be restricted to American companies. You might want very cheap brokerage fees up to $1 New Zealand dollar if you're investing smaller amounts of money. And Sharesies might be the platform for you, and if you want to check out a full tutorial on it so that you can make an informed decision on what New Zealand broker is going to be the best for you.